Welcome back again. Welcome to the April 2017 Mental Health Carers Forum updates. The Mental Health Carers Forum usually takes place once a month from Carers Lewisham. The carers who attend the forum are those who are unpaid, looking after someone suffering mental ill health. But the forum has a few important notes. The first is that most carers who attend are very active on involvement in their mental health trust, that being South London and Maudsley. We have built this forum to engage with service providers, clinical staff, and those from the council. So what was discussed at the April Mental Health Carers Forum 2017? Updates on the Trust's Carers Strategy, how the Triangle of Care regional meeting went, updates on e-support for families and friends of individuals affected by psychosis, updates on the Trust's online support system, that being My Health Locker, and feedback from members of the forum. At the April's forum, I spoke about the recent regional Triangle of Care meeting held over at South West London and St George's. The meeting was well attended by many mental health trusts across England. I also explained a bit about the Triangle of Care.
This is about the Triangle of Care. We met on the, I think it was the 19th of April. I don't know if I've explained a bit about the Triangle of Care. It's basically a policy by Carers Trust, a national policy which mental health trusts sign up to in order to give the care strategy a major boost regarding carers, almost to the point of a culture change. And I sit as a member for the Triangle of Care for England, and basically we had our regional meeting about 2 weeks ago, I reckon, and we had this over at South West London and St George's, and there was a national update and plans for the Triangle of Care for 2017 and 18. As you notice, it says up here, 36 trusts have joined the membership scheme. 8 have joined since April 2016. And they were discussing use of webinars for trusts to...
Nothing, 36 trusts, is that mainly, sorry, let me start again, the 36 trusts, is that most of London or is it mostly nationwide?
Nationwide.
Nationwide. London doesn't have so many mental health trusts.
Right. Although they have, some have an interest in joining, like obviously Slam's one of them, although they're being very slow. Camden and Islington all have joined. West London Mental Health Trust has joined.
So it's the majority of London.
I feel there's still a lot of work to do, and Oxley's used to be a member. Even Central North West London, or CNWL, even though they've not joined, they still turn up to the meetings because they have an interest of it. So Kent and Midway have just recently joined, and they're representing their stage 1 submission.
I then spoke a bit about how the regional meeting went.
Mental Health Care Relief.
Where was this meeting then? I'm just curious.
At South West London and St George's.
Yes,
Down the road?
No, yeah, but it's at the
That's in Tooting.
Yeah, yeah.
And incidentally, if I might chip in, when they were introducing the Triangle of Care, there was a presentation to SLAM at one of the carers, family and carers listening days that was held that they usually held every year at the borough.
Right.
And this must have been 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
When they first brought up this idea of the Triangle of Care, and the Family and Carers Listening Day is a SLAM event for SLAM staff and for carers. They were there, the presentation was made, there was a fantastic reception for it, and I'm surprised that SLAM are not taking an interest.
It seems that other carers are beginning to wonder what is going on regarding the Triangle of Care. However, we got some feedback from several members of the forum. You can listen to them now.
My role, what I've been doing is mainly 2 things. I've been involved in the Lewisham CCG doing older adults about isolation, working at older adults, why are they still being isolated, what are the issues regarding it, and how we can stop them having mental health issues through isolation. I've been looking with the CCG about what resources we can bring in to Lewisham regarding mental health as well, about the prevention is better than cure, because we seem to be on this policy that we're always curing people with mental health, not preventing, or looking at issues lower down. We're waiting till people maybe are in a crisis before they get help. Why aren't they getting help when, you know, issues arise? That's another thing that I've been doing with the CCG. We've been looking at how we explain firstly what are mental health issues, because some people don't really understand what these issues are, because as you said, there are so many mental health issues, and this is where we've been trying to look at the areas as well, because we know that in certain areas are having more mental health issues than other areas as well, so we can't do that policy of the one shoe fits every foot kind of issues. You know, say, oh, because you're in Borough Lewisham, this must be your problem. We're looking at neighbourhoods where neighbourhoods have got more, say, alcoholism and drug abuse issues, which are bringing on mental health problems. We're looking at those issues. That's roughly what I've been doing in the CCG role of that. What I've been doing in South London and Wolseley, about who cares for the carer, we've been looking at about what information carers get from South London and Wolseley to have that same old thing, good health and well-being. Because we realise if they're not signposted, their well-being is going down, and that carer will be our next service user with depression, stress, anxiety, and it leads on to other issues which we just said, alcoholism, drug abuse, more smoking. So that's what I'll be looking at in the group I'm with South London Wolseley, just to look at why are we spending so much money curing mental health issues, and why aren't we spending some of that money on preventing it, informing people, signposting people so they know that they don't feel alone. They don't feel isolated. That's really what I've been looking at, to try and help carers, not only carers, but older people as well, because they're the ones now who become isolated.
Because I registered to be on the involvement register at South London and Wolseley, which is something that anyone who's a service user, recovering service user, not someone who's really ill, but recovering service user or a carer can join. They have the various clinical academic groups. So the PMIC is one, psychosis is one, dementia is one, and so on. And whichever area that you're interested in, you can apply to join. You have to go through a process where they check your health. You have to get properly registered anyway. They have a system for properly registering you. And they meet once a month. Now the PMIC that I'm on, we meet once a month, and there is someone in SLAM who acts as a coordinator. So she does the minutes, the agenda, and so on, and ensures that there is one of us capable of chairing the meeting. And actually, she chairs the meeting sometimes, but any member can chair the meeting, and you get some training towards that and towards other things. There are other involvement activities that come out of that. For example, for recruitment, you might get an invitation from the involvement coordinator to say that they are recruiting for so-and-so, and would you like to sit on the panel? And again, they have their ways of processing this and training you for this.
As with all forums, carers do share the common themes every now and often, and this one was no different, as you can listen to.
I can't remember, I think I had something wrong with me physically, but she assessed very quickly that actually it was my mental well-being that was, the triggering all this. And she said, do you know that you are supported? You are a carer, you are supported by these people. Get onto the website, and I got onto the website, and eventually I came here and saw a bloke called Jolien, and he was wonderful, and we had a long chat, and he told me all about all sorts of things, only you will know yourselves that there are so many different branches of your what you do, so many different sets of initials. But he wrote them all down, he emailed me afterwards, and I then I then, sort of tapped into the system, and I'm very grateful that that doctor gave me that information. But there must be hundreds of people out there who don't know.
Yes.
And I go to St Mary's Church in Rushy Green, and I know that they're very, very concerned about mental health, and we had a curate who's recently gone to be a vicar somewhere else who did a lot of, we're making a therapeutic garden with the Lady Well unit at the moment, so we do work with them. But I bet lots of them don't know about this organisation.
That video, what we've seen, we shake some people, say, you know what, I need to sort myself out now. And not only that, I've got an organisation or a group, whatever, who are willing to listen to my issue and can signpost me in the right direction. That's what I'm looking at, because I know there's even carers who come here on a Tuesday morning. I can see they're suffering, and I think it's that isolation. They don't really, even though they're coming to hear a problem, they're not really sure who to speak to about what.
I then spoke about e-support system from the research being done over at the Institute of Psychiatry, Psychology and Neuroscience.
This is quite a big one. The research study for e-support and friends, for family, friends and individuals affected by psychosis. This is what we'll be talking about, the money given to EFFIP, that's the name of it, in order to start an online resource, because we had a meeting over at the Institute of Psychiatry, Psychology and Neuroscience yesterday. And they actually attended the carers group on Tuesday, if you remember, Brenda.
Yeah.
So basically they had the first group yesterday.
Oh, yes.
But they attended the group over in Deptford, in Lewisham. I don't know if they mentioned much about this study. Does
everybody know about the Deptford
carers group?
Lastly, I spoke a bit about the about the Trust's carers strategy and why it's part of the forum's interest to see the progress of the carers strategy from South London and Maudsley.
Family care recognition, important. That's one of the pages. Carers assessments ongoing. It's in the strategy. Carers involvement, important. Yeah. I'm going through each page. I'm going to get to the lower down. Involving family and carers is one of the other pages. Supporting family and carers. Notice on each page it says what they have done and what they will do, and I will get into that. And this is where, as a forum, we got to really get our act and say, well, you said you've done this, prove it. You say you're going to do that, how? We'll get at that. Developing staff work with carers, working in partnership. I should have made that important because this is partnership. This is what it's monitoring progress. This is what they're going to say. So, okay, let's look at the first bit. What to look out for. Right, look for pattern. What is the pattern within that document, within this booklet? What is the thing that they keep saying again and again and again?
And what is missing as well?
What is missing? Exactly, that's a good question. Pay attention to what they have done, what they've said they have done, what they're going to do, and we will get to that bit. Dates of things to be done. At the end of this presentation, there's a set of dates of things meant to be done. Again, this is something a forum.
That's already in the strategy.
Yeah,
so the deadlines for these issues are in the strategy.
That's right, but the thing is, where this form comes in is if it's not done by this date, you're going to say, come to this form and explain why it's not done by it. Because you said in the care strategy it's going to be done, why is it not being done? And that's one of the reasons why we've set up this forum.
Yes, right.
So, okay, that's very important. What is brief, what is unclear in that strategy? Again, if you get the chance, go away and look at it. That's what we need for.
Well, I hope that concludes the April 2017 Mental Health Carers Forum. It's important carers get a platform to air their views. The forum is not a support group. We are not here to listen to carer stories. Forums wish to engage with clinical staff and service providers. Carers need to know what is going on and request why certain things are happening and why certain things are not happening. Well, I hope to give you an update for the next month, and I'll see you again soon.